Hi, I'm Dawn DeKisto. I'm a skincare specialist, and I help women all over the U.S., just like you, to get healthy skin, to build confidence, and trust what you see in the mirror every single day. And I love football.
And I'm Jamie. I love expressing myself with makeup. I will always be your number one hype queen. And if you love football and makeup, then we'll make great friends.
Hello, and welcome to
Beauty Touchdown.
Skincare, Makeup, and Football. Every Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Depends when we get here, right? Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for your patience. You see, we already have some comments. So hello. Welcome,
to our faithful
welcome.
friends.
So how are you doing tonight, my glam kid?
I'm doing good. Okay, I'm lying. I'm not doing great, but I'm happy to be here. And yeah, I'm excited to play with makeup and talk football with you.
Woohoo!
How was your week?
Talk about a win this Sunday. Well, the week started out great because we had a win on Sunday. That was
amazing.
Nice.
Victory Monday, always nice to wake up on a Victory Monday.
Good way to start the week for sure. Let's see what else. So I think both of us have been dealing with doctor's appointments. We've been going back and forth by text. So for those of you who are listening, we've been dealing with some stuff. That's why we haven't been here. We've been both kind of under the weather, so we're trying to work on those things. Yeah. So do you feel like you're going to get some answers this week, Jamie?
I don't know. Hopefully, my stomach's been upset. It feels like I have like a gastritis flare up, which is my stomach burns. Everything I eat irritates my stomach and it gives me a stomach ache. I'm feeling better. I was taking omeprazole, and that kind of helped me a little bit. So, I kind of feel like I wanted to cancel my appointment. To be honest, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling better, but I'm like, no, I should probably just talk to a doctor about it and see. Because I remember they tried giving me some medication about it, but I had to take it for like 6 months, and I'm terrible at taking. They never picked it up. I never did the treatment. So I'm gonna see if they wanted to start me up on that again.
Yeah, well, it helps to do the treatment, but I'm the same way, and I forget things, and and I'm taking stuff, and part of my issue has been tummy too, which is weird. But I think, and even with my kitty and her GI issue, and my allergist and I talked about this today, that sometimes stomach issues, GI issues, can come from food sensitivities and allergies too. Both, either or. It doesn't necessarily have to be a full-on allergy. It could just be a sensitivity, stress, all of it. So
absolutely,
stress is not good for our bodies, but we all have stress. So yeah. So for those of you, so I tried my very best. I don't know if you can see it. I tried to do the red eyeshadow look, and that was for our opponent last Sunday. And I figured, well, that's what I was going to do Saturday. So what do you think? Did Glamma do okay?
Glamma did amazing. I love it. It's so cute. I love the colors. Let me make you a little bigger. Hold on. I need to see up close. Your blending work looks phenomenal. I love how you shaped your eyes. It really brings out your eye shape. So good job.
Thank you very much. I thought you'd approve. I did, and then we're gonna do skincare this tonight. But so I can't wait to get my makeup off because it's warm and it's nighttime. But I did a base of like a light pink, like a blush over my lid, and then I did the red on the insides and the outsides, kind of to give it that 3D look. I did a little bit of the orange with a bit of glimmer on the center, and then I went over with a dark brown over the red in this side, in the insides, underneath, and on the outsides. And and I remembered to do my eyebrows tonight. And then I tried to take a lip that was kind of pink and peachy and kind of that kind of look. So I didn't know if I could pull off the orange and the red eyeshadow, especially at my age. And everyone's like, and you know what? If you see me close up, my eyes are really kind of like the color of this.
Yeah.
The red really does make them
Brings it
pop.
out.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, yeah, I love it.
That's what I did.
And I think you can rock any color you want. So I'm trying to start with skincare today just because I didn't do any skincare today at all, guys. So bad.
Good. We
So my
wanted to.
face is clean. I'm just doing something really short, nothing. I'm already basically done. I just put a serum and then I just put my moisturizer on right now. But it's so hard not to not. I'm so like, I don't know if you noticed, if you play back, like I went straight like that because I'm so used to.
Oh yeah, I
And
noticed.
I'm like, I stopped and I was like, no, you have to pat. You have to pat.
Yeah, and always this way if you are going to do anything
Mhm.
circular, because sometimes they do some circular motions, but really gently,
Yeah.
but always up
Yeah.
and
Up,
out,
up
and out,
and
not
out.
the other way around. And sometimes
Up and out. You heard that, everybody? Up and out.
yep, and if you're doing your neck, you're doing it this way. So
Mhm.
it's like, let's just opposite of gravity, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, my skin looks cute right now, so I'm pretty happy.
I'm glad. I'm
And
glad
it's
you're.
my skin looks really good. Actually, somebody complimented my skin, which is, I mean, I don't know if I told you this, but I'm so insecure about my skin because of my acne
Yeah,
scars. So for
right.
someone to compliment my skin is a huge deal to me.
This is the
And we were
story
on
of my
Zoom.
life. I love that.
Yeah, and I was like, my skin does look pretty clear and just clean. Sorry, and just clean. And I'm really happy with the way my skin is right now. I'm so
I'm
happy.
glad to hear that.
I only
Yeah.
have like one acne scar, like marking. I get a lot of hyperpigmentation because I'm my brown skin. I mean, I'm pretty light, but I still get dark. I still get hyperpigmentation.
Right. And you'll
So
need like a 30-day at minimum serum for that every day. That's the thing about people like us who aren't real super consistent.
yeah.
Oh, speaking of 30 days, guess what Glamma did? I signed up for a 30-day abs challenge.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my
I just went randomly.
god. I
Saw
love
it on
that.
Instagram. I know the gal,
Mhm.
she lives in my neighborhood
Mhm.
and she's super, super fit. She's super young. She's like 23 years old.
Oh, wow.
But I was like, you know what? And I just need to do something. And it just came across my feed at the right time.
Mhm.
And I did it. It starts October 3rd. And it's just
Oh
30 days,
wow.
30 days, $30. And
Oh
I
wow.
just, she has a Facebook support group too. She's all
Mhm.
over Instagram. I'll share her Instagram. Actually, I'll share this with you all
Mhm.
because she's a blast. I mean, she's a blast of a neighbor. She's hilarious. And uh, she's gonna pick, and this has, I mean, I would have done this anyway, but one of the fun things she's doing is she's just a kook, and I'm taking my
She's just a
eyelashes off.
kook.
I'm taking my eyelashes off, and I want you to see how our cleanser that I use, that I promote, our aloe
Mhm.
vera based cleansing milk, as well as the gels, they actually remove false eyelashes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. Gently though. I'm being very
Gently.
gentle.
Mhm.
Anyway, she is a kook, and she's gonna pick a random person who does the challenge
Mhm.
um, to go to drag racing school with her and get certified in Arizona. I have always wanted to drag race.
That is so fun.
It's
Oops.
hilarious. I get to bring a guest. Do you want to learn how to get drag race?
Are you serious? Wait, I have to drive.
I'm not sure. No, well, not if you don't want to. I'm not sure I'll
It
win it,
sounds
of course.
exhilarating. Are you driving?
Well, if I win,
Oh, that's
if
right.
I win the thing,
Yeah.
heck yeah,
Oh my
I'm all
god.
over it.
That sounds exhilarating. I
Oh
love that
god.
for you. You gotta live life. I love that. Do it. I hope you win.
I I kind of hope I don't because it's like I don't want to go to Arizona, but I think it'll be like in
Oh,
November. November, it should be cooler by then, right?
it should be. Oh yeah. Oh, very, very cool.
Oh, it feels so good to have my eye makeup
Does
off.
your eye
I
feel
had
better?
something in my eye and I couldn't. So, for those of
I
you
can't with you.
watching us, let's see if we have any more comments. So, what a disaster getting ready tonight. I was doing my eyelashes. I sneezed. I had the glue on my eyelids. I looked down and my eyelashes were gone. I'm like, oh my God. And so I had this glue on, and my biggest concern was that my cat was going to eat the eyelashes.
Oh God.
Anyway, I found one and got that one on, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'll use another one from another set. It was almost matching, close enough. And then of course, as soon as I got it on, I saw the other one wherever it was, like hiding.
Wow.
Crazy. And then I ended up with something in my eye. So
I'm just glad you feel better, because that
I'm so
sounded
happy
really
now. It's
frustrating.
like my makeup is off. My eye makeup is off. That's why I don't wear eye makeup. Oh, and you've got to be really gentle when you take it off, and use good products that aren't irritating. And definitely, you got that glue and stuff on your eyes. That's not exactly the best thing. So we've got some new comments here. What do we have? Show the comment. Let me look. I've got them so little I can't read it. Glamour in beauty, but I have a Twitter page, Packers Glamour already, but I don't use
No, you don't. Stop. Are
I
you
do.
serious?
I do.
You're so cute. I can't with you. Oh my God.
And I wasn't sure how many I would adopt. I could be like the Waltons and have like
You're a glamour butt.
a Glamour butt.
Because
That's only
they
right.
call my mom like Mama Cheese Butt, and my dad
Papa Cheese Butt. Oh my God.
Glamour butt.
I'm Glamour butt. That's perfect. Okay, I need to get that. Somebody go out there and grab that.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk. God. So we won on Sunday. How'd you feel about that game?
Oh my God. I stayed home, first of all. I didn't go to the Packer bar. I was like honestly still recovering from Wisconsin. So I stayed home just because it's been crazy. Anyway, so I watched, and I had a little bit of a time stream, but for I did get to see most of the only thing I missed Romeo Dubs touchdown when he was like Aaron Rodgers on the first drive was like marching down the field, and when my TV cut off was right when it looked like he got intercepted, but he didn't, because it ended up being that Romeo Dubs touchdown, and I missed it, and I was so upset. So I got to see it later. Thank God for
on
NFL
the
Plus.
Replay? Yes.
On the replay, yeah. Even though NFL Plus, I already seen so many complaints about NFL Plus, and I'm like,
oh, it's very glitchy.
Okay, I'm not the only one that has issues with NFL Plus. So if you're having issues, we are too.
We are definitely. I didn't say anything to anyone because I was like, well, and plus, what is it? It's not like it's $100 a month either,
It's so much cheaper. Honestly, I just like deal with it because I don't pay, me, I have ADHD. I don't always pay attention. I miss things. I'm forgetful. So I love that I can go back and watch the game. And for example, which is why I kept talking about Lazard and Cobb, and I had those appreciation tweets on Twitter, because when I was watching the game again, I just admired, and I was like, bro, I've been saying, I always knew, I never doubted that Randall Cobb has talent and was a good addition, besides the fact that he is a good presence in the locker room, and he's also Aaron Rodgers' best friend, a receiver that Aaron Rodgers trusts. We don't have to worry about, like, he's been there a long time. That connection, that chemistry is already existent. And he can still ball. Like, he's still that slot wide receiver that we love so much. And I'm like, why are you guys surprised? Like, I'm happy that he finally got his moment. Like, hey, I still got it, and I hope that we see so much more of that. I'm just praying he stays healthy, because I know that's the kind of thing that for him, he tends to struggle with some injuries. So hopefully he's there's no right. I hope he stays healthy. But so I know that the big show wasn't the offense. The big show was the defense. Oh my God. I don't even want to say we have a defense, because remember the last time Aaron Rodgers said, we got a defense. Remember that? And then I get sad when I see that gif, because I was like, Rodgers, no, you don't. You didn't. Like, and the narrator said that they didn't. Whatever. Yeah, and I'm just like, kind of, try to be cautiously optimistic, but I thought it was amazing. I thought I wasn't bored. I didn't get bored, obviously, because it's the Packers. I didn't get bored. I was stressed. I was like, oh hell yeah. And then I was stressed, but the whole time I wasn't like, oh hell yeah, like we got this, because I know Tom Brady and he comes back and he cried. But our defense, oh my God, like I can't even. I hope that, I know it feels to me like this is just the beginning. Like this
Definitely.
is who our defense will be, hopefully. And then it's just like the beginning. It's just a scratch. Like they're going to get so much better. Praying just for them to stay healthy. And then, yeah, the offense sucked. It sucked that we couldn't, you know what it is? And nobody was really talking about it, because I think we all kind of know that it's like what happened in the second half. You can't say that AJ Dillon wasn't running a good route, or that our linemen were not creating holes for the running backs. Like, dude, the defense was really, their run defense, they sealed it up. Like by the end of the second quarter, I can already see that the defense had already done adjustments to what we were doing. That's why when Aaron Jones fumbled, and I'm like, these guys are like, they're just tightening up their coverage, because we were marching on the field pretty easily. And that guy, I forgot the name of their defensive coordinators. Actually, he has like really good, he has a good reputation for being a good defensive coach. So I'm like, but yeah, I mean, we won. I don't care. I don't believe in ugly losses. A win is a win to me. And to me, I saw so many positives. And I always love watching Pax What She Said, because they always like validate how I feel about the Packers and what I saw. Like, they always like, oh my God, yes, I thought that. But they just are so eloquent and can say it better than I ever could. So
it
shout out
is.
to them.
It's nice to feel like certain things it's not you're the only one. If you hear somebody else saying, it's like, oh, good, I did see that. I feel like I'm seeing so much more this year.
Me too. Is it
good?
Okay, me too. Sorry, I keep bumping my mic. I'm so sorry if you can hear that. So I'm while I miss fantasy football, I'm so happy that I don't like, I can focus on football. This is the most I've ever paid attention and watched. Somebody was like joking, because I went to the game, and I also said that was the most I had ever paid attention to in a game. And everyone jokes like, oh yeah, you're always on your phone, and it just, my attention span is like a fish. I get distracted so easily. But I was able to pay attention to like the game and just like stay focused. And I'm like, well, I am interested in falling in love with football again, but that's my medication. Like, let's talk about mental health just for like 1 second. I have ADHD, and I started taking medication, and I now can see how much like ADHD affected my life, even in me enjoying something like football. And I was able to actually pay attention and learn. And like, when I was at the game with my friend Sean and Roger Stoppelganger, like I would ask him questions, and he was so great about like teaching me. I learned what a shovel pass was, and I learned a little bit more about special teams and what a touchback was, and it was just like, and as I'm watching football now, I could pay attention and retain more information, and it's like, why is it? And I'm like, oh my God, it's my medication working. So I just wanted to say that, because that was just a really cool highlight tip for me to see how medication is even improving my experience with football, which is one of my biggest obsessions.
That's amazing, Jamie. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the thing is, about being consistent with skincare in medication, it's so important for things to work properly. And that's a good reminder, because even my supplements, I've noticed lately, it's like, I forgot I'm not even taking hardly anything, and then I forgot I take thyroid medicine. That's really important. I mean, it's like super essential, and I've been taking it my whole life, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not even taking that anymore. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, but, did you forget? You just like,
I just got out of the habit. And so a lot of this stuff is just habits, good habits. It's kind of like this challenge. I used to always have like as perfect as I could be, fitness and, eating and all my supplements and everything, sleeping, and everything I did it wasn't like I was super regimented, but you kind of have to have a routine. And it's like, when one thing starts clicking, and I mean a big category like health or mental health or relation, whatever, something big,
Yeah.
then other things will start clicking too, because you're getting into like that rhythm and that positive mindset again. And I just had, for me, it's just was so many surgeries that I just was like always, well, in this last one, I just never really popped out of. I just never kind of came back all the way from it. So, yeah. So, I have a feeling. My point is with you, with your medication, and with me, with this 30-day challenge, with this fitness challenge. Be quiet. We're live streaming.
I'm sorry. She started yelling. I'm sorry. I had to say.
I didn't hear her. I just saw you. I put my mask on, so I can't.
I wasn't fast enough. I was like, do I tell her to shut or do I mute myself? I'm sorry.
Glamour said be quiet. No,
I was like, oh my god. Good thing I have my headphones on, but because my mom, she comes
that was
excited
funny.
yelling.
Well, I was hoping Josh would come and make an appearance, but I don't want him to make while I have my mask on. Oh, anyway, what was I saying? Yes, I'm hoping that like your ability to, with this ADHD medication and being able to focus a little bit more and have some rhythm and enjoy things more fully, because you're not flitting around. I tend to multitask a lot. I don't know that it's an ADHD. I don't have ADHD, but definitely caught myself several times during the game being like, what are you looking at Twitter for? What are you doing that? Like, just enjoy this game, because it could be over.
Oh my god. And I was so live tweeting, but I would get so stuck in the comments and stuff and like replying. Right. And then you get now I'm sorry if I don't reply to you guys. Like, it just gets overwhelming and I just avoid it now. And I will go back when I have more time and I feel relaxed and I'm in the mood for, I'll go back to my posts and see if I can reply to people. But it's also a boundary I've set for myself so that I'm not so stuck and like obsessed with Twitter, because it's gotten better. I'm not as obsessed. And I think it's because I'm not like trying to fiend for dopamine. It's through Twitter and stuff. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy.
Well, my feeling was like for the game, it's like, well, the game's going to be over and I'm not going to have seen it. Of course, I can replay it, but I'm not going to do that. I don't have time. And I just don't. I mean, I could with the NFL Plus, but then also just the game, but the season. We're already going on the 4th game.
I know. And like the first week, I was like, it's gonna go so fast. Next thing you know, we're in week 6. And I'm savoring football so much right now. And because of the NFL Plus, I don't watch any other TV. During the season, I only watch football content the whole time. Either I'm watching games or I'm watching people's like podcasts and stuff. Right. Because it's just like all I consume.
Well, I'm still doing a little bit of my true crime stuff, but not as much. Not as much, not as much for sure. For sure, not as much.
Yeah, everyone keeps talking about this show. Are you gonna watch it? The one about Jeffrey Dahmer?
No.
Everyone's talking about.
I have my limit.
Right. I will not.
Yeah. And then I'm not gonna watch. I started with that Pike County, Ohio, that mass murder where the guy killed his girlfriend and just like the whole family. I was like, nope. And then there's another one that that Sarah Boone from Florida. That's not entering my consciousness. No way.
Yeah.
And then today I was like, oh, maybe this will be an interesting one. It was the guy, actually it was last 2 days, the guy who in Waukesha, Wisconsin, which is a suburb of Milwaukee. He's a year ago, he went with his car and went through a parade. Do you remember the dancing grandmas and all that?
Yeah. Oh so my God, I remember that.
Okay, I gotta get this mask off because my face is so good. Anyway, his trial was supposed to start Monday. Okay. And he decides, oh yeah, I want to represent myself, which is never a good idea, even if you're the smartest person on the planet.
Yeah.
And this guy's not the smartest person on the planet. And so I was like, what? And so I saw it on YouTube yesterday. It was live. I watched the replay and it was pretty. I mean, if you've ever seen a trial where somebody's trying to represent themselves, this is the guy just entering the motion to
Yeah.
represent himself and let his public defender go. So he was so rude. He is so full of himself. He is so obnoxious. And so then today, I just noticed that it came back. The judge came back with her decision, and that took like 2 hours because he kept interrupting her, and she was decided in his favor. Like she was giving him what he wanted, but he was so stupid. He couldn't recognize it. He wouldn't shut up. And I was like, you know what? I am not watching this trial because that's what he wants. He wants, because he knows it's going to be public and all that.
Yeah.
He said something so stupid. I was listening. Hold on. I got to get my mask. I was listening while I was getting ready for our live stream.
Yeah.
Doing some other stuff earlier today. And they finally got to the point where the attorneys, and they're public defenders, of course, because he can't afford an attorney.
Yeah.
They finally dismissed them, and they're like, yay, we're out of here. And so she said, okay, are you ready? We have to do some blah, blah, blah before the trial. And he's like, and she said, well, that's the point. I'm not giving you legal advice. You're on your own. Anyway, one of the things was about, there were a few things like people that were allowed in the courtroom. And he's like, how many seats are my family going to get? And she's like, there's paperwork on that, sir. You can look it up. And then, it was like all this really stupid stuff. Anyway, the prosecutors were saying, yes, we'd be happy to, if we have a subpoena because we're sharing a witness, we'll be happy to subpoena for him, because we know he doesn't know what he's doing, right? He has no idea how to subpoena witnesses or any of those things.
Yeah.
And they're like being super gracious to him, right? And he said, and one of the things, and so they're like, and he didn't recognize that was also an olive branch. You know, he doesn't even, like, it's really sad when somebody is so messed up they can't even recognize when you're being kind.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that is pretty sad.
It's so sad. And so then they were talking about how certain witnesses, and this is going on with the Pike County one, where certain witnesses don't, it's a public trial, but they have the right to not be public. They don't want their face out there. They don't want their voice out there, whatever. So he goes, well, I think if those witnesses don't want to be public, they should just be dropped. They shouldn't come to the trial.
Oh, he thinks it's like a ticket, like a court ticket thing.
Oh, no. I just laughed so hard. And the judge is like, next. You know?
My God.
Like some of the things he was asking for were just, anyway,
ridiculous.
That was the end of it. I was like, I watched the rest of the pre-trial just because I was getting Tosh some things, getting myself some things and whatnot. And I'm like, no, I'm not watching that trial. Anyway, I digress. So back to to football. So we're 2-1. 2-1. Should be 3-0, but that's okay. You know, we're not too worried about that first game.
No, that didn't happen.
How do you feel?
That didn't happen.
How do you feel about this feels so good after my mask. Oh, that's so good. Anyway, how do you feel about Sunday's game?
Well, I love the defense. Offense, I'm not worried about it. If you're worried, Packer fans, don't be worried. We will be fine. I saw a lot of positives. I love Romeo Doubs broke this record for rookies that not even Devontae Adams. Let's talk about Devontae really quick. You know.
Oh.
I mean, we're skipping. I guess we can move on. No,
I did watch that game.
I didn't watch the game, but the Raiders are 0-3. Do you think that they're going to continue on what do they play next?
It does. You know what? They are in the hardest division, arguably the hardest division in the North, in the NFC. Excuse me, not the North, in the NFC. So they've got to get through the 49ers. Obviously, Chargers are useless. I mean, poor Chargers. I feel terrible about that situation. That's another situation. But And then they
no.
have it's Raiders, Chargers, and Rams. Good luck, Raiders. Raiders, Chargers, Rams, 49ers. Good luck, Raiders. They might
Oops,
come
they're
back,
gonna-
but it happens. But
let's see which one of these is winnable for them. Yeah, I think the issue is, I guess, why aren't they there? I haven't really watched any of them, but the last thing I heard was that they weren't running Josh Jacobs. He's a really good running back. Why aren't they running the ball? I'm wondering.
for who? For
Josh Jacobs. It's for
the Raiders.
The Raiders. Mm-hmm.
Well, they have they have great tight ends. They have really good receivers. In
Darren
fact,
Waller. Like, what's going on?
They
Yeah.
have, they're using him. He was throwing to one of their rookie receivers last week, like number 10, I think its receiver was. He was killing it. I was like, where's Devontae? I thought Devontae was hurt or something.
Oh, and I heard he didn't even throw to him. Like, he got like 2 receptions.
He didn't. He was going to the young guy.
Interesting.
Let him know relaxation. But the Raiders, Chargers, Broncos. What did he say? I can't see.
Oh, he's saying, they play the Broncos next.
Oh,
Chiefs, Texas.
Who they play? But I was saying the division. The division is.
Yeah. No, I'm just seeing if there's any of these games.
They've got to make it through the division. They got to make it through the division.
I mean, maybe they can try to win the Texans. Even the Broncos, honestly, well, I wouldn't be surprised if they beat the Broncos, let me just say. Because the Broncos, apparently, they're not like doing great either.
I've been watching the Broncos.
Yeah, Russ isn't what they expected him to be. You love who? Hackett? But then also Hackett's getting a lot of, not hate, but he's kind of the butt of the joke.
He's getting a lot of hate.
Yeah, he's like the butt of the joke. He's a new coach. They're saying he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just kind of like deer in the headlights. Like, I'm just like, wow. So I hope, I don't care for the AFC. I really don't care what happens there. It's just really, I don't really care for the Broncos, sadly. Sorry for all the Broncos fans.
Aren't they NFC? Are they AFC?
They're AFC. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the NFC West is the Raiders, Chargers, 49ers, and Rams. No, wait.
Raiders, Chargers, 49ers, and Rams, yeah.
Or is it? No, wait. No, Chargers and Rams aren't in the same.
If some miracle happens.
Chargers are AFC, I think. Anyway, poor Chargers. So Justin Herbert got his ribs broken. Not last week, but the week before.
His cartilage was
so bad. I've had that. It takes.
You did say that. You did.
I had to be taped up for almost a year, and it was so painful to breathe. And he was out there playing. It's like, okay, it's fine that he wanted to go out there, but when they were losing so badly, just take him out. You know what?
I know. And they lost. I think he wanted to give them a fighting chance, but
so at a certain point, you just have to say no, because they're going to ruin him. They're done for the year. They're done for the year. They have so many injuries. I'm not a big fan of Staley as a coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like last year,
I'm pretty sure people agree with you.
He kept putting his quarterback in danger for one thing, which he apparently is still doing this year. And then last year he was such a fool about always going it for fourth down no matter what, and he lost games because of it. I don't mind going for fourth down sometimes, but you can't be like, this is the rule and I'm not going to deviate. Yeah. I was just dumb. Hi, Tosh. Do you want to come say hi? Who am I talking
Oh my God, my brain doesn't work.
Why?
What? Oh, because I was trying to pull this apart and you turn it. What's wrong with me? I use it all the time.
What are you doing?
My brain doesn't work. I use this a million times and I was pulling it open and you twist open.
So how are you feeling about Sunday's game? Come on over, Tash. You want a facial?
So we face the Patriots next.
Yep. That shouldn't be too bad.
Mac Jones seems to be on the injury report. So we might play Mac Jones plus Patriots. I think their defense is kind of good. Maybe I don't really know that much about the Patriots, and I haven't been watching them, to be honest.
They're in a rebuild. They're rebuilding still since Tom
I think it's a very winnable game.
Yeah.
I worry about. I gotta see what. Let me see. Let me look at where the Patriots defense is.
Well, everyone's worried about because it's Belichick and blah blah blah, and everybody fears Belichick. But I think it's that. I don't know.
I don't think that he can I don't know. I mean, he's good, but for him to outcoach us with like some random. I hope I didn't just jinx the Packers. Let me just say that right now. I'm sorry if I did.
You didn't.
So I don't know.
How are you feeling about LaFleur at this stage of the game?
So what I was saying, there was a point where I like got distracted. Part of what happened at the end, and I think that's where I was going on my rant, how like we had to give credit to the Bucs defense, that they were really, really good in suffocating it. They adjusted when they needed to adjust. But whenever teams adjust, we don't know how to adjust to that adjustment. Like it's like we just stick to what's not working. A lot of the times you can't say, oh, we didn't run the ball enough. Like we did try running the ball and they were running into walls. They were ready for them. It's like they prepared and knew that because we don't have Aaron Rod and they don't have Devontae, they're going to run the ball a lot. So I think that this defense really, 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 at the beginning, it didn't seem like it because they were getting, and I saw the Saints game. They got a couple runs, like Kamara got a couple runs on them. So I'm like, I think we can get a couple runs, and we did, but then they really sealed it up to the point where they caused a fumble. So we also have to give them credit, but also
they really sandwiched him. I mean,
yeah. Oh my God, Vera and the other guy and Antoine, what those guys are the worst. Like I'm traumatized from them. Like, Aaron, why would you throw there? Like, how are you really gonna throw near those two? He probably was like, man, I could.
Especially,
I mean, those guys. That was good. I mean, good for them. That was a really good defensive play on their part.
Yeah.
But we just never recovered. Like nothing was working. Their defense was just really good. I don't know, maybe we weren't creative enough. And
what'd you think about the ref calls?
Oh, and then the ref calls were terrible. Like horrific. Horrific.
I hate being the one to say that, but honestly.
Yeah, they were horrific, unfortunately.
Worse than ever. Like worse than ever. Hi, Tosh. Come on over.
I don't even want to think about it because I get upset because what's the point? We won. So it's like, you know.
That's all that matters.
You can always play well enough that a faulty flag is not going to define the game. Do you know what I mean? That's why I don't like giving, it was the ref's fault. Like, but did you play well enough that you could overcome a mess up from the refs?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or more than one.
Or more than one, you know,
you have to. And we did. We held the lead the whole game. We dominated that game. I mean, we didn't dominate it, but we were in control.
But I don't know.
I was scared, but I was pretty confident.
I'm not as upset. I'm just saying that that's what I noticed. If I'm going to say any negatives about the game is that I just didn't see that they adjusted well enough.
Silly.
But for me, it was a great game. It was a defensive game. And I saw a lot of bright spots in the offense. Romeo Doubs is clearly going to be on his way to being wide receiver one, competing with Lazard.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me, top three right now, it's Romeo Doubs, Lazard, and Cobb. Those are my top three. If you want to say wide receiver 1, 2, and 3. And the other guys are just extra fluff, including Watson. And I want Watson to have more chances. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to see him because of injury or I really hope that that's like a short stint for him. Because he seems very promising as well. But Romeo Doubs is getting the opportunity and he's doing the best of it. So good for him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited for our offense. I think and I said it on week 1. This offense is going to take a couple games for us to get started. Like that first drive was really nice. If we just learn to adjust to the defense adjustments, I think that we're going to be fine.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that we will. So that's between LaFleur and his game planning. Do I love it? Not all the time. And granted, I don't even know about play calls or what's a good play call or not. But sometimes I feel frustrated and I'm like, this must be a play call situation. Do you know what I mean?
Well, but Aaron Rodgers has a lot of choice on what's going on out there. It's not all Rodgers.
Right.
I mean, it's not all.
It's not all of
like,
and he'll change it.
In fact, it's very little. That's.
Yeah, I think he said, what did he say? I was watching on the show. Was he saying 70%? I don't know if he was joking because there was like a lot of laughing when they were talking about that. But yeah, there has been some changes that Rodgers did at scrimmage that didn't work out. Like some run pass options. I was hearing them talk about that on Pack a Day. If you want to know what happened, like for me, after a game, especially a loss, I need to understand what happened. That's why I love games that break down. I love podcasts that break down like the scheme, like what happened. Was it a misblocking? Was it, what was the issue? It helps me process and cope with losses. So not that this was a loss, but I just like to have it just kind of gives you a nice, like, bigger picture of what was going on. Because sometimes it looks worse than it is. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? Honestly, I think it helps us feel like we're part of it and we're more in control. I mean, not that we have any control, but if we understand things, we feel more settled mentally.
Here's another question, though. Here's another question that I always think about sometimes. If these like NFL pundits and like news writers and journalists that write and talk about football, if they can see and this is what they're doing wrong, like, don't the coaches see the same thing too? Like, journalists and people on Twitter aren't smarter or no better than like the people that are employed to do the job.
They see it, but they don't have as much information either. There might be other factors that they're not privy to. There's always more than I mean, they're saying what they can
think say. That's true, especially when they don't know, like, as far as like quantifying how many things. Like, I remember they asked Matt LaFleur something about, because they hadn't run AJ Dillon or AJ at the week 1, they asked, do you know how many touches each running back got? And he didn't know those stats. So maybe at that time, those are the kind of things that, hey, we're seeing this thing is keeping track of how many touches each of them have, and they're not having enough. But in game time, he probably doesn't realize that. And that's why it's easy for him to get away from the run when he gets like, when things change and he doesn't, like I'm saying, one of the things that Malafort has struggles to adjust. Yeah.
It might be his coaching style that he doesn't pay attention to stats too. That's a coaching style thing. I think Matt LaFleur has self-admitted does a lot by gut feeling. But honestly, I think that I don't care what team it is. I'm not saying this about just Rodgers, but quarterbacks get the credit when the team wins, but the blame goes to the coach when the team loses. And that's kind of by design. And so I think it's really pretty easy to go after a coach, especially when they've got Rodgers as a quarterback. But a lot of things aren't play calls. There's things that are decisions made out on the field by the quarterback.
And execution as well. Like, just from everybody.
Well, that falls on the coach, though.
Yeah. Well, no, because execution as far as like the team, because if there is a plan in place, if there's a play, this is like you guys practice something, but you as a player don't go and execute on the field, that plan, that play call means nothing because you didn't execute. You didn't like try your best. You didn't.
I know, but that's about coaching.
You know what I mean?
About the players.
Oh, you mean like like coaching discipline to their coach. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely on the players too, but the coach, how do I say it? Especially Matt LaFleur's style is to take blame for everything because he's humble and he wants to keep the team together. And that's just his style, his management style. But for sure, I mean, and then also, another thing that is about coaching and organization is injuries, like the Chargers. Why they constantly, year after year after year, are frustrated by these kinds of things. And a lot of people are saying, hey, this comes down to the organization. They're not doing something right in that building if players keep getting hurt like this,
Yeah.
So
Like what's
Yeah.
going on with the training stuff.
Practice and all that. Yeah. Like, are they not doing it right? What is going
No, and I
on?
remember Packers having a season like that where we were so injured.
That's right.
Like, what's going on? Like, why is there so many injuries on the Packers?
That's right.
And
That
I
falls on the
remember,
organization.
and
Yeah.
it falls on the organization.
And the
We've seen
coach.
that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, the head coach.
Yeah.
He sets the pace for all those things. Yep.
And I remember them talking about the changes. I think that they talked about maybe not working every day. They had took like a day off, and they had like an extra day off, and like that kind of fixed that a little bit. But
right, Matt
yeah.
Matt LaFleur always gets criticized for giving, like not having the starters play the preseason games,
Mm-hmm.
letting them have too many, practice days off. I mean, it's kind of like a flip of a coin because you can let your body recover or you can keep grinding.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's any proof that grinding on people is going to make them any better. If anything, it's going to happen.
People.
Well, that's
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Probably not the best. That's a glamour faux pas. Okay, an old lady faux pas.
I'm sorry. I have the mind. My mind was in the gutter.
Okay. Okay, Raiders. Okay. Okay, Ronald.
What are you saying?
Ronald,
Mac Jones. He says he's out for the game.
Oh, for sure. He's out for half the season, I think. He's got a high sprain. He's got a high ankle sprain.
Look at this eyeliner. I did it a little different. I'm kind of proud.
Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. What? Patriots were a playoff team last year. They're trying to win now, but they need receivers. Yeah, I don't even know who is Mac Jones even throwing to. I have no idea. I don't even know one receiver on the Patriots right now.
I forgot the name of the quarterback who's going to play on Sunday, but he's not bad.
Oh, and is it Andy Dalton? No. Hoyer.
No,
that's Brian Hoyer. Something Hoyer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That will be interesting.
Who's Winfield? Winfield. Ron.
No, I think it's Hoyer. Oh, Winfield is maybe the receiver because I was asking who do they have to throw to.
On our team? On Packers?
No, the Patriots.
Oh. I'm like, what did I miss? So how about that special teams though?
Oh my God. Dude, I gotta find that guy. Okay, I tweeted, was it this season? I don't know if we tweeted about like imagine like the special teams is what either wins the Super Bowl or wins a game. And they literally won us a game along with the defense. Like, and we got a player of the week in special teams for the Green Bay Packers. What? After the year we had, after the freaking debacle at the NFCCG, like, hallelujah, thank you, baby Jesus.
Thank you.
I was so happy. Pat O'Donnell and the new guy Nixon and Rudy Ford, I think, have been really good additions. On top of Bisaccia, I forgot his first name. Bisaccia. The coach Bisaccia, the special teams coach he came from the Vegas Raiders, I believe.
The Raiders, yes. Because he could have.
Shout out to Goop.
He was in contention for a head coach job there, and he didn't get it.
Right. Oops, sorry.
Hi, Tosh.
And he didn't get it.
Bananas. She's just like over there.
Hi, she's also talking football. She watches football.
Oh, she watches.
She's giving us her opinion on the game. Tell us what she's saying.
She's saying.
What does it mean? What does she think about? Ask her what she thought about the game.
She's saying, "Go Pack, go."
Wait, should I do my skin makeup? I don't know.
She sits there and watches the game. She watches the screen and everything. She's like, oh. Yeah, she's really funny. Well, it's because I started her with Cat TV on YouTube when I first got her. And in fact, that's the first time she attacked me. I've been attacked by her 3 times. Not really attacked, but okay. I came up behind her. She was watching like these birds or something, and she was totally into it. Did you freeze? Oh, you didn't freeze. No, okay, you did freeze, but you're back.
Oh, okay.
And she's watching these birds, and she's like, oh, and I came up behind her. She was just a little tiny kitten, and she totally mauled me. And I was like, ah, and she's like, ah. And I had to go into antibiotics that time too. She was like
Oh
2
my
months
God.
old. She was,
I can't.
I was like,
can't.
get back in your thing. But anyway, she's been watching YouTube since day one. She had her little own
Oh.
glamping set up when I first got her for the first few weeks. You can't just let a kitten go. Did you read your
Yeah.
book yet? Did you read your book?
I've been, yeah, I skimmed through it. I haven't been reading it every day, but I just skimmed through it the first
I'm
time
so
I got it.
glad I read that book, but I also got, the people who I adopted her from gave me a lot of advice, and they're like, do not bring this kitten home and let them run loose, because they're tiny and they get in places and you can kill them accidentally, and you won't be able to find them, and they'll starve themselves and all that. You have to put them in a little room,
Oh my
or
God.
I got a little glamping tent for Tosh, and it 3 weeks, and by the time, and then there was enough room in there for her to have a little litter box. She had a little room for her poop, for her toilet. She had a little room for her kitchen. She had a bedroom, and she had a living room. And then
How
the whole
cute.
center part was it was half of my living room, and the center part was like her playroom. And then
Aw.
if I had to go anywhere, which was very rare, but I'd put the phone on or the laptop on, and I'd put the cat TV on YouTube, and she'd just watch the whole time.
That is so cute. I love that.
Oh, it's so cute. But yeah, so you have to do. You can't let them run loose. You'll be so freaked out. You'll be so freaked out. You will regret it tremendously.
Oh my God. I'm scared. I don't know. I hope I take care of my cat correctly.
Well, you have to just follow the rules. You can't be ADH about that.
I know. Can you imagine? That's why I kind of want like an older cat. If I don't think I could do like a younger cat.
Yeah. The kittens are big. I really miss Pepe LaFleur. I really,
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to give him up.
I know.
Look how cool this is, all the colors.
Yeah, so what are you doing over there? I did my nighttime and my lip rescue overnight mask. I did my peel. I did all my exfoliation while we were talking. So people probably just think I'm doing all this, but the thing is I'm doing like 20 different things. And I smell like watermelons right now. It smells so good. So what you're doing your full makeup now? You're going to do
yeah, apparently I'm doing my full face of makeup. Oops, I got some on my
So what else do you want to talk about for Sunday?
Yeah, so as far as the Patriots, I don't know what's gonna happen. I think it's a winnable game. It's a winnable game. So that should be nice. Actually, I was seeing someone talk about the schedule. Our schedule looks pretty doable.
Yeah.
Oh, was I frozen?
You were for it was
I
like
look crazy. Wait, that's funny. What was I gonna tell you? What was I saying? Oh,
Patriots.
The schedule coming up. Besides the Patriots. The Patriots looks doable. But it looks like we can go undefeated for 6 games up to the Bills. If the Bills is who I'm really worried about, because even Aaron Rodgers himself admitted it on his Aaron Rodgers Tuesday show that the Bills are a good team. So
Aaron Rodgers Tuesday show. I'm sure Pat McAfee would appreciate you calling it.
No, that's what he calls it. It's Aaron Rodgers Tuesday.
Yeah. No, it's
segment.
funny.
It's a segment.
I'm just kidding. No, it's funny.
He's so funny. I know. I love that show. It's one of my favorites. I love the Pat McAfee show, and I love Pat McAfee. And I love their new segment that they have called In the Trenches. Well, they go on Steam. Like, if you want to learn football, watch Pat McAfee In the Trenches segment.
Yeah, I just heard about that. I don't watch
so much about it.
Mm-hmm.
They're funny. They're so funny. I love, and I get to hear about like all the teams and stuff.
Yeah. So I think it's a good idea to keep like the whole NFL like perspective, not just be one team, not just be interested.
Yeah.
I think it's important because then when you face them, you know what's going on. It's more exciting. I think. Yeah. So, Okay, so the next 5 games, you think we're going to win 4 and maybe 5?
I don't have the schedule right at handy, but
Well, it's like
people are
Patriots.
saying they're doable.
Well, it is doable. It's
They're
Patriots.
I know, yeah.
Patriots, Jets. Here, let me get the schedule up. Somebody asked online, and I'm like, I think we could actually do. I mean, we could conceivably beat the Bills. We don't know what the health of their team is, what the health of our team is.
With
and
our defense,
I think we're well matched.
If our defense,
because people get injuries.
Oh yeah,
like that's 5 weeks from now. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not on our end.
Oh gosh, I hope it's not on anyone's end. I mean, I don't love injuries. I'm just saying there's a lot that can change in 5 weeks. Okay, so we got Patriot. Oops. Come on. It's Patriots, Jets. And do we have okay, Patriots, Giants in London. How did we shouldn't have forgotten London. And then Jets. Yeah. Jets, it's going to be like 3 days back from London. That's going to be a little tough. But anyway, and then Bills.
Well,
I thought there was more games than that. Patriots, Giants, Jets. Oh, Commanders.
Oh.
And then Bills. We better beat them. Yeah. So they're all doable. You know, the Bills are going to be the most challenging. That's all. It'll be a good game. The Bills will be a good game. It'll be a prequel to the potential Super Bowl. Because the Packers and the Bills are both, you know, like favored for appearing in the Super Bowl. But we know how that goes. The last
we've been favored almost every year.
Well, we've been the number 1 seed.
But personally, I don't want the number 1 seed again.
Okay.
Personally.
Why is that?
I want to go in struggling. I want to go in as a wild card because that's kind of what happened the last time we got a Super Bowl. We weren't the best team. We came in.
Mm-hmm. But that was a different team and a different coach.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
good to happen differently.
I don't think it's good to struggle, period.
But we struggle. I mean, that's the Packers. Like, they break your heart.
No, I'm with you
all
on
the
that.
time. It's like their thing.
I know. But it doesn't seem like even struggling. I just think it's like an allergy to the playoffs.
It's
just I don't know what the problem is.
The first seed has done. I mean, did it really favor us? Not really. We still lost at home. So I'm like, what does that even really matter? But I mean, maybe I'm just talking crazy.
You know
and I'm
what?
just traumatized.
It could just mean that we're just not good enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so we'll find out. I hate to say that.
I know every year I know the Packers can like do whatever they want, you know, like
we believe that because we're the number 1 seed. So it's not like we're just that's the point. Yeah. It's like but when it comes down to the end, there's like, why does Brady always seem to win? He doesn't always have the best team. He doesn't always have to, although he does right now. He's been surrounded by some, like, he's built his own team and all that. But I think there's a winning spirit, like there's a confidence, or there's just an intangible there.
And you feel like we haven't really had that.
We obviously don't have that.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, we're not winning, and we're not winning when it matters in the playoffs. So the last 3 years, right? This is Matt LaFleur's 4th year.
Is it? Yeah. This is his 4th year. Yeah. How do you feel about Matt LaFleur?
I think he's a good coach. I think he's very good. I think he's a good coach for this team and for this culture, for the Wisconsin culture, which I know very well. I think he just really fits the bill. And I think sometimes it's just like Staley, and, you know, if Herbert wanted to go out there, Staley's still the coach. Some of these coaches need to stand up to their quarterbacks and
Mm.
I think sometimes I just think in general
Mhm.
in the NFL that the quarterbacks are glorified too much, and
Yeah.
it's become so imbalanced, and including
Mhm.
coaches. That would not happen with Belichick. You
Mhm.
know who's in charge with
Mhm.
Belichick.
Yeah.
Brady might not have liked that or whatever, but they won, right? They
Yeah.
won. And
They
sometimes,
did.
yeah, I think Matt is gonna have to
What do you think he's missing?
I think he's letting Rodgers make too many decisions
I see.
sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I think most coaches are doing, just like I said, with Staley and Herbert, was
Yeah.
your example. But
Yeah.
Belichick doesn't do that. I don't think that it's missing. I think he does it with good reason. Of course he's doing that.
Yeah.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
But all it takes sometimes is one or two plays, right? And
Yeah.
at those times, he needs to assert himself. That's my feeling.
Mhm. Yeah.
And maybe he doesn't. I don't know. And that would just be the only thing I can think of. Let's just put it that way.
I was hearing somebody. There's a fly. I was hearing someone talk about that actually. You're not.
Really?
You're really onto something there.
Am I? Good.
Because who was talking about it? Basically, they were saying how they saw Aaron Rodgers trying to play that hero ball, trying to extend plays, but when he just was submissive or just submit himself
To the run game.
to whatever LaFleur's plan is.
Yep. To the plan.
Things flowed. So that's what you're seeing.
It is. And I do think that, I mean, it's natural. It's natural that you're going to go into that team and want to give that particular quarterback carte blanche, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he makes 100 times more than Matt LaFleur, right? He's in charge, but he shouldn't necessarily be. And I'm not saying this about LaFleur and Rodgers. I'm saying this about in general, observation, overview of the NFL and the imbalance of the whole quarterback role, and that it should be more of a team effort, and it's gotten way out of whack, like way out of whack. And yeah, that's my feeling. But I could be wrong. I don't know anything.
No, but even Rodgers even said he said it in the Aaron Rodgers Tuesday show. He's always like I called it a show again. He was saying how sometimes players get too much of the blame or too little of the blame when like football is one of those sports that it's really a team effort. Like in soccer and basketball, you have that one guy, that can really be a difference maker. But in football, you really need all 11 men on the field. So
that's right.
But people are always going to give somebody more the blame or more of the praise. People are biased. That's people's biases. So I think that
it's
you're
just
really
the way
onto
the
something
sport.
there.
Yeah, it's just the way the sport has gone. It's just
there's
a fruit fly in here. It's driving me crazy.
Oh,
it's because I have my windows wide open and stuff, and it's been. Has it been humid by you? Yesterday it was like 93% humidity. 93%. That's like rain, right? It's 100% when it's raining. I couldn't believe. I was like, this weather feels so weird. And today it was 87%. And I've got fruit flies. And the good thing about the fruit flies is they're keeping Tosh really busy.
Oh, okay, good.
She's totally. I put a little jar of apple cider vinegar over the sink and over my bathroom sink, because I don't know if you know this, but fruit flies like to go by the sinks because there's moisture there.
Oh, I see.
And I think fruit flies are the ultimate narcissists because they love to just like land on the mirror. And they just
and lick at themselves.
Yes, above the bathroom sink. So I put the little apple cider vinegar there yesterday, and I couldn't find my cat for like 3 hours. And she was every time I looked for her, she was sitting on the counter in the bathroom, and there were always paw prints on the mirror because she was watching.
She was on there. That's
She was,
hilarious.
yes, and one's in my living room, and it's
Oh.
driving me crazy. Anyway, so so you put the vinegar there, and they either go in and kill themselves, and if they don't, they
Oh
kind
my
of
god.
they hover around it.
Oh,
This one is
Jesus.
really feisty. They hover around it, or they land on the mirror, and then I just go in there and whack them, and that's how I get rid of them. And Tash is
And
like,
just go in there and
wow,
whack 'em.
wow, look at what you did, because she just sits there and like goes like that, and of course they don't. She doesn't get them. She's just
Yeah.
playing
She's
with
just
them.
playing. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't really
I
want to
love
get them.
her.
I love her
I
too.
love her.
You know what? I'm gonna try this eyebrow thing that I saw. Let's see.
Last
if
night
get
I
it
was
right.
on I was looking at my security camera because it kept going off, and I'm
Yeah.
looking at it, and it was a little spider trying to build a web across the front of the security camera.
Oh god.
I mean, it was one of those tiny ones.
Oh, there it is.
So I went out there and I was just like, yeah, stop it. It's a security camera. Anyway, look at you putting your full makeup on, and I'm like, got no
I know.
time.
I'm gonna have to take this off. I like my makeup though. What do you think about my makeup?
It looks
And I like my
great.
skin. I was
I
like, okay, when I started blending, I'm like, wait a minute. Some of this I took too long, but it's
Well,
not
you
that
know what
bad.
you're gonna find, Jamie, or at least what I have found with blending. I don't have. You said you thought I blended well. When your skin is really in good shape, blending is like boop, boop, boop. It's not, because it's really smooth, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna notice a difference. It's too bad that you spilled a bunch of your samples,
Oh,
because you should have had like a couple weeks worth.
I know. I mean, it's not all gone. It's just
You can
less.
get some more. Yeah, you can.
Okay,
get
I think I kind of did it right. I saw this thing where like it was like a Z. You like do like a Z, and then you connect it. It's making my
Z?
yeah, it's making my eyebrow really thick, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's okay.
You know, sometimes I just gotta
So yeah,
blend it.
I'd like to see a more balanced team. Oh, let's see what our commenters think about no more comments. Probably getting late for people's.
Oh yeah, what time is it? Okay, we're ready now. Okay, I'm almost done. Are you pretty much done with your routine?
Yeah, I've done my cleansing milk, my exfoliation on my lips, my peel.
I'm only gonna do one eyebrow because I'm gonna take this off anyways. But just so you can see that I did it.
And then I did my eye gel, which was super refreshing and yum. And then I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I did my overnight mask. It's an overnight sleep mask for the face. And then I just went ahead and added a little bit of intense moisture cream, just because I probably don't need it with the humidity, but I have super dry skin. So I did my trio. I did my trio. I did my mask.
I'm only gonna do selfies this size.
I did my lip exfoliation. And then my mask. So let me see how many steps. And I mean, you see how fast I do my skincare? It's easy on, off, but it's super powerful. Yeah. So I only did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things. Oh, 9. 9 with the overnight lip mask.
Ooh, I like this NYX lip pencil. It glides on really smooth.
God.
Oh, this is so red. Okay.
It's red.
I got burgundy red.
I'm going to wear the red eyeshadow again. I like that with the peach.
Yeah.
That works for me.
I like that makeup you did today.
I don't know how my pictures turned out. Yeah. So anyway, we could win the next 5. I think it could be 5-0, 4-1 for
Mhm.
sure. Better be 4-1 and maybe 5-0. That's my feeling. It better be 4-1. If it's not 4-1, we might be in that struggle zone that you like.
No, when they lost week 1, I was like, we are on par with my wish
Oh, okay.
for us to
That's
go struggling in.
Well, you could be right. I mean, there's a lot of mental effort. I mean, a lot of this is mental. Like a lot of why Brady wins is
Look at
mental.
this.
It's not that he's a better quarterback. He knows
Mhm.
how to win. He knows how
He
to build a
knows how
team.
to
He
win.
knows teamwork. But that's the difference
Mhm.
with Brady. He knows teamwork
Mhm.
and he knows
I'm
leadership from Belichick and probably
yeah.
from himself too. Yeah.
Well, Brady, I said Brady is really smart. He knows how to read defenses. That's why, and I watch so much football, so I keep remembering. And they brought it up how the reason they both got delay of games is because, well, that was the question Pat McAfee had to Aaron Rodgers. Like, is there a reason that you guys get so many delay plays? Because you're taking as much information as possible. Like you're reading defenses, and Aaron Rodgers and Brady and Rodgers both are really good at reading defenses, and that's how come that's how they make those last minute changes that a lot of the times they have worked. So I'm just like, it makes sense, but you just kind of have to be careful because that stuff can really like add up. Like if that, I mean, those delay games were happening almost at
You
like at a
gotta
very
do
dangerous
that
time.
without taking the delay of game, though.
Yeah.
And you've
But
got to get
yeah.
rid of the ball. The thing that
Yeah.
Brady does is he gets rid of the ball.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Also, I
Get
mean,
the
that's why
ball
I
out.
said you needed to get to pressure him because he's really fast at getting rid of the ball. He's really good at picking, and he got the ball down. Like Gage, who didn't even know who the hell Gage was, but he made him useful because we didn't know who Gage was. That's why they kept targeting them. They don't even know who Gage is, so I'm gonna keep exploiting this. And we didn't get it, like, because we let him. He was very productive for him, and we didn't even know who he was, but he stepped up for them. Did a really good job stepping up for the fact that they didn't have all of their top wide receivers, but didn't matter because our defense was just as good, if not better.
Yeah,
I ended up doing my other eyebrow.
Yeah, it's hard not to do both. That's ridiculous. Just doing both. I'm looking at myself. I'm like, I'm a horrible selfie maker taker.
No, you're not.
No, I am.
Okay.
I wouldn't show it.
I am officially done. I'm done now.
Okay.
I'm done.
Looking good. So what colors do you have? Is this your fall thing?
I did a fall. I know I didn't do any. Let's just say this is the Washington Commander colors. It's a little bit of brownish red with some yellow. But I used this Francation palette from Dose of Colors. Desi and Katie, best friend or vacation or best friend palette. It is one of my favorite. These are the best formulas. So I use all of the browns. And the red brownish is what I have there in the middle crease, and the shimmers and the two shimmers, these two shimmers right here, they're absolutely gorgeous. They're so beautiful.
That's kind of a reddish brown. Yeah. I like
it's
it.
like so we're kind of similar, a little bit like a reddish. You had like a more of a different tone of red. I had a more dirt red.
Well, mine was cooler color. Mine was definitely cooler and brighter.
Mine's a more warm tone.
Yes, which is great. Yeah.
These are my colors.
Wear a lot of warm tones. God, I am going to freaking down. I cannot stand fruit flies. It keeps coming right at my face.
I love my eyeliner.
Warm tones when my hair wasn't turning white, when my hair was blackish brown. So I've had to change my color palette for what I wear and for makeup with my hair color change. So if you, for example, if you dyed your hair blonde right now or white, you would probably change your palette.
And I have done it. You know what? Not really, because I've had those hair colors before and I still went
Well, but
Well, it
you
was in
have
the summer.
but you
So
have olive skin. I have white,
Yeah.
like cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
more
that makes
winter.
sense. Yeah.
But I could wear anything when my hair was the color that it was. But now I'm a little bit more. I prefer to wear cool colors.
Cool colors. Yeah, it just really complements your tone. It's just what goes best with your tone.
That's right. So go Pack Go. Let's see. So yeah, I don't have our script in front of us, but let's before I go crazy with this.
But this fruit fly is going to drive you
It's
drive you nuts.
really going to, because it's going like right here. Okay, I'm like, I've had enough with this dumb thing. That's what they do. They sense your breath actually.
Oh, and they want that warmth, the humidity that you were talking about.
Yeah, the moisture or something. It's like
the
gross.
moisture.
So yeah, this thing's gonna die as soon as it's gonna die a bad death as soon as I log off.
You're gonna drop it and then you're gonna whack it.
I'll be like, you are dying. I don't care how I have to do it. I'm setting my cat after you. She doesn't know. She doesn't know it's here.
She doesn't know.
She's not aware of this one.
I have my outro.
Probably in the bathroom with the other ones.
It's you're gonna go kill its family.
I'm coming after your whole family. I warned you.
Oh my god, you're too funny. Well, guys, if you enjoyed, please let us know by giving this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the little bell so that you can be notified every time we go live or to watch a replay. You can find us here every week of the NFL season. It might be a Saturday, it might be a Tuesday, or a Wednesday. You never know. That's why we want to have our notifications on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We are everywhere. Just look for us, Beauty Touchdown. If you didn't know, now you know. Women can love football too.
That's right. And makeup and color. And we can talk about football while we're putting our makeup on, doing our skincare. That's amazing. Women are amazing.
We're amazing.
And if you're
dance it out.
If you're a dude, the skincare works for you as well.
We like Ronald and Lorenzo.
And Matt LaFleur, who takes care of the skin and eyebrows, of course. Yeah, so hey, it's time to dance it out and say goodnight. We're usually here on Saturday, so hopefully we'll be here next Saturday. Pre-game, I'm super excited. I'm super excited for this next at least 4-game run.
I'll try to have more information and thoughts on the Patriots game. I'm going to study on the Patriots. I'm going to watch some of their games. That's what I did with the Bucks. I watched some of their Bucks games, and I was a little bit more prepared and knew what was coming.
Good for you.
I didn't expect our defense. Oh, I've been obsessively watching football every day.
You sound like me. I love it. I don't know if I know. I feel like I'm seeing more. It's worth it. And whether you are just new to football, whether you're a girl or a boy, whether you like makeup or don't like makeup, join us because we are we're learning along with you and we're just having fun. So yeah, as Jamie said, it's time to dance it out. We'll see you Saturday. Like to look and feel your best?
Like football?
Touchdown Beauty is for you.
Score a touchdown with your beauty.
Because we can be girly girls and football fans.